We have reached the semifinal stage of this college football playoff. It's time to find out who has the depth and the drive to take one huge step closer to the ultimate goal, hoisting that national championship trophy. This test is a matchup we cannot wait to see unfold. Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This is the Capital One Orange Bowl, part of the college football playoff. As we'll see in last season's national champions, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a playoff team from last year, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. We are almost there. Time to find out who'll be headed to the national championship game. Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up with a semi-final collision. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. To pass. It's Baker. Catch hauled in over the middle. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Chris, how about this? Right out of the gate, this offense says we are going to our star on the outside, and this guy delivers for a big first down. That's how you want to start a game.
The sure hands. It's Lewis. Refusing to be brought down before gaining first down yardage.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. tight end makes the grab. Finds room at the 30. He's in the clear. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now.
But it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain and a 1st down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Quarterback making some changes at the line. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. Bringing pressure. The pass is intercepted. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
This just goes to show you, everybody makes mistakes. This quarterback is looked and viewed as one of the top quarterbacks in the entire country. But even he makes a poor decision, puts the ball into coverage, and he throws an interception here early in the game.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Grab down the middle. It's Marshall.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
The shotgun running play call. The Gamecocks churn out another 1st down.
A good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the 1st down.
That run, good for a 1st down. The offense still rolling. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's exactly how you want to defend the option. You know, old school way is assignment football. You have to account for the quarterback, the pitch man. Here, the quarterback had really nothing other than just kind of lower his head and get as much as he could. Fortunately for the defense, it wasn't very much.
And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. 3rd down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. The punt will bounce out of bounds down near the... line. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. Our last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. And he goes nowhere, stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented. It shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And looking for a big play here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackle made, but not before he reaches the 44.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
After one explosive play, the offense suddenly moves inside the opponent's 45. Back to throw. It's Lindsey. Short throw complete to the tight end.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
Looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the catch. They bring him down right at the 20. This offense set up now in the red zone. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. Handoff here from the shotgun. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Now it's second down here. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And they finally tackle him down at the one. Big gain in the pitch and catch.
Boy, another positive gain for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
It's QB sneak. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that one.
Well, I don't blame him to go with the quarterback sneak here to try to pick up just enough yards for the first down. But, hey, man, give credit to that defense. They did not budge at all. They kept him short of her.
Touchdown, UNC, as they claim the lead in this playoff game.
Because that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. First play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Pulls it in. It's Bennett. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there. They bring him down, but the freshman quarterback showing off the arm strength. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Has the first down and more. And that gain moves the ball across midfield. First down coming up from the 46. And it's North Carolina in front, Kirk. And the first quarter is in the books. What is a huge opportunity for both these programs to get a step closer to a national championship. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, when you can rip off a huge gain like that on a touch pass, it forces the defense to be more cognizant of the pre-snap motion to the edges. Now the pre-snap motion calls should keep that second-level defenders guessing.
Handoff from the shotgun.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. He's got the first and still going. tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And the Gamecocks will have 1st and 10 here. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Forced out of balance, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a 1st and goal.
You talk about balance as a play caller. I don't know if it gets much better than what this offense is doing. 3 runs, 3 passes, and all 3 passes have been completions. Now it's 1st and goal.
Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. 2nd down and goal upcoming. And the quarterback just sneaks it.
And this is exactly what you cannot have happen on a quarterback sneak. The offensive line just gets blown up. There was no chance of making that 1st down. It's a smart play by the defense, knowing it was coming and getting a tackle for a loss.
Here we go. 3rd and goal coming up. Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
What a job by this defense. They would simply not relent. Incredible effort.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? 4th and goal from the 2. And the quarterback dropping back. Touchdown, Gamecocks. A much-needed counter-punch delivered. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this. They're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the 2nd quarter. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. He'll take a deep shot here. It's caught inside the 30 and still going. That's an outstanding throw there by the junior quarterback.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
So the big chunk play has the offense already in field goal range with a fresh set of downs. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. On the move now. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, I like this play. I mean, not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. With sure hands, it's Lewis. Headed for the end zone. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Here's a wrinkle now. They go to the Wildcat formation with an extra blocker. Let's see how this works out. Great start for this offense. 3 plays, and suddenly it's a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss of the play.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. Nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
So just 1 for 3 in red zone trips so far. They come up on 2nd and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. And he muscles into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that 2nd level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
PAT is good. They go up a touchdown, 14-7. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. First down, looking to throw the ball. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
What a play by this defender to step in and swat that deep ball away.
At the 25, it's 2nd and 10. Can they make it a 3rd and manageable here? And throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's looking deep again. What a catch! Tackle made, but a big play all the way to the 48.
And just like that, Chris, all of a sudden the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, they changed their approach. That's a big play. So instead of just maybe trying to get into field goal range, now they're really thinking they got a shot to maybe get the ball in the end zone.
Caught on the outside. It's Clark. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Well, if you're not careful as a quarterback, this is the kind of route that defensive back wants to jump and get in front of for an interception and maybe a touchdown going the other way. But this time, the receiver runs it well, brings it in, and then gets out of bounds.
Caught near the sticks. It's Bennett. You make the stop at the 26, but it's a first down. This offense in good scoring position now.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Looking to throw here. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And it's incomplete again. 4th down coming up.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And he's got it, no problem.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So they settled for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. So no return here. He takes him in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So here we go, the first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime. The throw, it's Lindsey. That's caught, it's Lewis. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
First down here for this offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Makes the grab. It's Lewis.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, I kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Hit just as he throws the ball.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky 4th down decision? Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. So they start the drive here, looking to make something happen in the final seconds before halftime. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. He escapes the pocket. Looking to scramble now. He'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Tar Heels will kick this away to begin the second half. And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. The ground game ineffective in the first half. Let's see if they stay patient or look to open up with the pass game. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30.
Love to see defensive backs who are able to locate the football and break on the ball and be able to go up and make a clean interception. Great play here.
Offense comes out to start this drive. On the ground, it's Lewis. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1. And the Tar Heels are going to take advantage of this red zone trap. Back to throw. It's Lindsey. Screen to the wide receiver. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Boy, these receiver screens, if run correctly, can be a big play with a convoy of linemen out in front. This time, just not able to get it going. It's a nice job of the defense to prevent a big play.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Lewis. Powers through. And they've got him at the 4, but a big gain on that catch and run.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
And the Tar Heels looking to cap the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Offense looking to throw the ball. Moves out of the pocket. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Just a misfire here by the quarterback. These are tight windows, man. They open and close so quickly, you got to almost anticipate where you're going to put the ball.
So it sets up a 2nd and goal from the 4. Fine for the touchdown on the right side. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
So, Chris, they try to throw it on 1st and goal. Now they try to run it in and get pounded at the line of scrimmage. What will they go with here on 3rd down to try to get it into the end zone?
They've moved it to the 3. Now it's 3rd and goal. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down.
Well, Chris, they come up short of the goal line here, but they've got to still consider going for it. You could try to punch it in from the 2, or I'm sure they've got a couple good handful of 2-point conversion plays that they could use for this kind of situation. Let's see what they could dial up.
4th and goal from the 2. Can this defense come up with a huge stop? On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. No, he didn't get there. They stop him short of the goal line. What a play by this defense.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
And the Gamecocks offense is back out there on the field. Looking for some space. It's Welch. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held them just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
And there's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce out to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Serious challenge now for this offense. It's 3rd down and 10 inside their own 5-yard line. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. The receiver grabs it.
With such tough field position, at least he gets some positive yards to give your punter a little bit more room, and who knows, maybe he can flip the field for you.
The Gamecocks will line up to boot it away. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. And the ball is away from his own end zone. And it's taken right on the midfield logo. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. Last possession, they were stopping 4th down, but it didn't cost him anything. And they put together something here. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Try to catch the defense with the draw. As the 1st down is still going. They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
And they'll run it with the draw play.
That's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Scanning the field. It's Lindsey. Caught quickly. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Cannot connect, incomplete, and now fourth down.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion. And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking to throw it on first down. He's running out of time here. Extending the play now. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Hey, if nothing else is there, good decision by this quarterback to be able to pick up some positive yards. Rather see him do that than force the ball into coverage. Good heads-up play.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. An inside give now from the shotgun. And they bring him down, but that's enough for a first down. The clock runs down here in the third quarter. And it's North Carolina in front, Kirk, sitting in a pretty good spot as we wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats where we have a chance. We're set now for the fourth quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. And then first down, right back to the running game. Breaks loose at the 40. They make the tackle, but that's a great pickup on the ground.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. But when teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looks right for a quick completion. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion.
Interesting call here, Chris, with a screen pass in the fourth quarter late in the game. I think they're expecting the defense to get upfield in the pass rush. Give the defense all the credit. Recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
Third down play for this offense. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Caught behind the line. It's Welch. Breaks into the clear. They tackle him at the 3, but that's a great gain on the pitch and catch.
Good job by this offensive line, and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too big of a game. They've come too far. They're in the playoff. You're down in the second half. Good job of keeping this drive alive.
On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he fights in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Does his job with the PAT, and this ball game is tied here in the fourth quarter. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback on the start of the 25. a chip shot field goal. Looking for a gap. It's Lewis. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
So 2nd and 7 at the 3-yard pickup. This offense trying to get something going on this drive. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. Dropping back. It's Lindsey. What a catch. Heads up off the deflection. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
That quarterback put a little bit more on that football. I thought he was going to get in there, but give credit to the defense for getting a hand on the ball. But the presence of mind by the offense to come up with a completion.
On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Looking to scramble. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. The quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right. But that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
So tie game, 4th quarter. They're going to go for it on this 4th down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. On the move now. Tries to beat the pressure with a deep shot. Makes the catch inside the 10-yard line. Tackle is made at the 4. 1st down and goal.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the 1st down.
Touchdown, Tar Heels. They jump on top now here in the 4th.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
UNC is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. The chance to advance in the playoff comes down to this. Offense needing a touchdown here late in the game. Pulls it in. It's Clark. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Less than a yard to go as they cover the line on 2nd down. It's a draw play. And the Gamecocks will try to keep this drive moving. The offense will set up on 1st and 10.
Well, they get the 1st down here, Chris, and look at them. They're already at the line of scrimmage, getting the call from the sideline. They're ready to go.
And at 1st down, they go right back to him. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout as this offense tries to stage a dramatic comeback and win the game late. Shot at the championship game on the line. And the offense step up. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
Now that's going to bring up a critical 3rd down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a 1st down.
All right, serious drama here. The semifinal game comes down to the final couple minutes. Can the offense make a play here? A short completion to the tight end. Comes down to this in this playoff game. 4th quarter, final 2 minutes. Can the offense step up, make a play? They're going to run it here. Stopped after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. The playoff game comes down to this. Tight game. Final minutes. Can the offense produce some magic? Caught on the outside. It's Marshall.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Time winding down deep in this game with a shot at the championship game on the line. Can the offense step up? On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone. Find serious drama here. The semifinal game comes down to the final couple minutes. Can the offense make a play here? He escapes the pocket. Bought some time, now lets it go. He's got it in the open. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They connect for 6.
Chris, how about that execution? Great throw by the quarterback. The receiver does his job and then takes it into the end zone. And now we've got an interesting situation here. Late in the game in a playoff, do you kick the extra point to tie this up, or you go for 2 to potentially take the lead?
Now the all-important extra point. And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. First play of the drive now from the 25. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Dropping back. It's Lindsey. Grab down the middle. It's Johnson. They bring him down, but a solid gain there on 1st down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Stop at the 43, but that's enough to make a 1st down.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
We are all even, less than a minute to go. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It smothers. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
And the Tar Heels will line up on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Man, and with that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
The drive stays alive with that 1st down completion. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Ball handed off. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. And the defense takes a timeout with 27 seconds left.
Well, it all really comes down to this right now, Chris. You're already in field goal range. You have a chance to maybe work a little bit closer. But let's face it, this defense, they're shooting those gaps. They're trying to come up with a loss of yardage, maybe trying to rip the ball out. Offense has to be incredibly smart with their play call and make sure you align that kicker where he's very comfortable to potentially hitting this game-winning field goal.
And out comes the field goal unit. And here we go, a chance to take the lead in the final seconds. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that puts them back on top.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
After the clutch kick to take the lead, now they'll kick it away. The offense still a chance to tie this game if they can drive the field quickly. Gets off a squib kick. It'll be fielded by one of the up men. And the coverage team brings him down as time runs out. That'll do it. Game over. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. And they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that's going to wrap it up. The loser starts the offseason. The winner moves on. And so do we. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.